They said it was a moment that would shake America, but no one could have imagined this. A gunshot rang out inside a university tent, and in the instant that Charlie Kirk fell silent, the nation erupted, not just with grief, but with anger, scorn, debate, and yes, even celebration. What divides us now might define us forever. This wasn't just a tragedy, it was a mirror reflecting how empathy and cruelty, forgiveness and vengeance can collide in the wake of violence. And as the days turned into weeks, the reactions to Charlie Kirk's assassination revealed a country torn between compassion and rage, and a media circus that turned raw grief into a battlefield. The shooting of Charlie Kirk on September 10th, 2025 at Utah Valley University left Americans stunned. At first, the responses seemed united. Republicans like Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and Mike Johnson condemned the violence in strong terms. Former presidents Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and Joe Biden also expressed sorrow, suggesting for a brief moment that political lines had blurred in the face of tragedy. Even Congress observed a moment of silence, as if the weight of the moment was too heavy for bickering. But unity quickly collapsed. Within hours, social media became a battlefield. Some poured out condolences and prayers for Kirk's family, while others mocked or even celebrated his death.
Of course, there are many people that disagree, and that's the risk of giving your opinion, because typically talk show hosts don't give their opinions, but times have changed drastically, and you want to talk about what's happening in the news that day, and sometimes things touch you personally.
Erica Kirk, his widow, stunned the world with a speech that may go down as one of the most shocking moments of the year. Instead of anger, she offered forgiveness, saying she forgave the shooter because it was what Christ would have done and what Charlie would have wanted. That act of grace inspired millions. Actor Tim Allen even said Erica's speech helped him forgive the man who murdered his father decades ago. Yet for every act of compassion, there was venom. A Texas teacher was fired after posting comments that mocked Kirk's assassination. In Wisconsin, another teacher was suspended after remarks that downplayed his death. A professor in South Dakota was placed on leave for calling Kirk a hate-spreading Nazi, but later reinstated after a judge ruled his words were protected under free speech. One of the most explosive chapters of this saga belongs to Jimmy Kimmel. In his late-night monologue, Kimmel suggested that Trump's MAGA movement was trying to exploit Kirk's killing for political gain.
Well, moments after we taped our show last night, the Mad Red Hatter wrote, "I can't believe ABC Fake News gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back." You can't believe they gave me my job back. I can't believe we gave you your job back.
He said the MAGA gang was desperate to frame the shooter as anything but one of their own, and was doing everything possible to score political points. Those comments set off a firestorm. Trump and his allies immediately pounced. Nexstar Media pulled Kimmel's show, calling the remarks offensive and insensitive. Trump himself mocked Kimmel's career, saying he was fired for lack of talent. The FCC chair, a Trump appointee, went further, accusing Kimmel of lying to the American people and inflaming tensions at a time when the nation was fragile. It seemed like Kimmel had gone too far, and for a while, his show was suspended. But Kimmel wasn't about to stay silent. When he returned, he fired back at Trump with sharp words of his own, playing a clip of Trump talking about how very good he felt after Kirk's death, only to pivot into bragging about the White House ballroom. Kimmel tore into him. He mocked Trump as a man who grieves like a 4-year-old mourning a goldfish, rather than an adult grieving a friend. And he didn't stop there. He went on to call Trump either a dictator or, in his words, just a dick. The shooting didn't just spark political debates. It also drew in celebrities from Hollywood, literature, sports, and media, many of whom offered reactions that stirred even more controversy. Actress Christina Ricci reposted a message reminding people of Kirk's past remarks, saying he once called Martin Luther King Jr. awful, declared that pride is a sin, and argued that the Second Amendment was worth the cost of some gun deaths. Her timing sparked outrage, with critics accusing her of disrespecting the dead. Actor Michael Keaton also faced backlash. While speaking at a journalism gala, he expressed condolences to Kirk's family, but also called it ironic that Kirk, who had supported expansive gun rights, was himself killed by a gun. His attempt to balance respect with criticism didn't land well, and many of Kirk's fans blasted him as insensitive. Ava Raine, the daughter of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, reshared a post suggesting that people should speak kindly while alive rather than only after death. Her message was widely interpreted as a jab at Kirk, reigniting debates about whether celebrities should stay quiet in moments of national tragedy. Amanda Seyfried added fuel by posting a quote, "You can't invite violence to the dinner dinner table and be shocked when it starts eating. Critics saw it as a veiled swipe at Kirk's politics, and she was later reported to have called him hateful in comment sections. Actress Amanda Seales was even more direct, saying Kirk didn't believe in empathy and that she couldn't feel sympathy for him because he had spent his career spreading harmful ideas. And then there was Joe Rogan. Live on air with Charlie Sheen, Rogan was visibly stunned as news broke about Kirk's assassination. The shock was raw, unfiltered, and viral. His open-mouthed disbelief became a meme within hours, reminding people that while many were quick to argue, others were still processing the basic human reality of what had happened. While America debated, prosecutors in Utah dug deeper into the alleged shooter, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. Court documents revealed disturbing details. Robinson had allegedly told his roommate he planned to kill Kirk, leaving a note saying, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to do it." In chilling text exchanges afterward, he told his roommate, I'm sorry," when confronted about the act. Investigators discovered Robinson had been radicalized online and increasingly obsessed with LGBTQ+ issues and left-wing politics, despite coming from a conservative family. Prosecutors also revealed he had planned the attack for over a week, and Utah officials have already indicated they will pursue the death penalty. As of late September 2025, the story is far from over. Jimmy Kimmel's show may be back, but more than 30 ABC affiliates are still refusing to air it.
Only Donald Trump would try to prove he wasn't threatening ABC by threatening ABC.
I don't know of any legal experts who are taking Trump's latest threat seriously from a legal standpoint. You know, when he talks about this show being an illegal campaign contribution, there's nothing to actually back that up. There's no case law to actually back up the idea that a late night talk show is a campaign contribution to the Democrats.
His return has been met with both standing ovations and condemnation, proving that even late-night comedy isn't safe from the cultural divide. Turning Point USA continues to reject his apology, framing him as part of the problem. Meanwhile, teachers, professors, and everyday people are still facing suspensions or firings for posts about Kirk's death. Polls show most Americans condemn political violence, but a troubling minority believe it can be justified in certain cases. That statistic has only deepened fears that Kirk's assassination may not be the end of political violence, but a spark for more. The assassination of Charlie Kirk, and more importantly, the avalanche of reactions that followed, have shown America at its most fractured. Erica Kirk's forgiveness speech stood as a rare beacon of humanity. Jimmy Kimmel's clash with Trump turned grief into satire and spectacle. Celebrities like Christina Ricci, Michael Keaton, Amanda Seyfried, and Stephen King revealed just how quickly mourning can become politicized. And the chilling details of Tyler Robinson's motive only underscored how radicalization and hatred can push someone over the edge. This story is not just about one man's death, it's about a nation's response. Do we choose compassion, even for those we disagree with, or do we sink deeper into outrage, revenge, and mockery? The truth is, America is still deciding, and until it does, every tweet, every monologue, every celebrity post will keep shaping the narrative of what Charlie Kirk's death really means for the future.